She collects rocks. I do not care if they identify as crystals. They are rocks. They are everywhere, bro. They're all over our home. They're on the windowsills and in the drawers, on the toilet seat. We live in a quarry. We live outside. We're homeless, I think. I don't know. And she won't let me get rid of them because she claims that they have powers.
I mean, how do you know they don't have powers, right?
I don't know. It's not been proven. Those are her medical devices.
Yeah.
Though, so it can't be argued with.
That was just a taste of what you can expect at Helium Comedy Club this weekend when Drew Lynch takes the stage. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me. No one stopped me with my bowling shirt. Everyone was like, "That's totally fine. That's camera ready."
If I was allowed to wear a bowling shirt on a Friday, I mean,
know.
any other day, probably not, but on a Friday,
I know,
you know,
man.
why not?
It's the right vibes. We're just a couple of dads trying to find our stepkids.
Yeah. It's a mission.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, some people might know you from America's Got Talent,
Sure.
but for I guess those who do, or even those who don't, what's the deeper origin story of you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, the deep cuts. Yeah. I grew up in the Midwest. My family, they know their way around a lawn chair. And then I lived in Vegas after that because of my gambling issues at 6. And then I lived in Los Angeles. I had a TBI from a softball injury. That's real. That's not insured. They don't have a concussion protocol. So
Not in softball?
Not in softball.
Yeah.
No, they just told me to keep an eye on it. And I was like, I don't think I'm the best candidate to keep an eye on it because I'm the one who has the concussion. I also don't know who I am, but I'll keep an eye on it as soon as I find him. And that's what they said. It's a TBI that I had, and I developed a stutter because of it for a while. I sound great this morning. Coffee's an amazing drug.
Sure is.
And I'm happy to be in Buffalo at a time where I could see the ground. I've never seen it before. I've only ever been in Buffalo when there was snow and people were mad at me. And now I'm here and there's a ground and there's a sun and people are out. And I've never seen it before. I'm not even confident that I'm in Buffalo right now.
So you have been here before,
Oh, yeah.
For reals. You know, we get a lot of flack for our winters, for sure, and they can be difficult.
Oh, yeah.
But what that doesn't tell a lot of people, though, is that we have some of the nicest summers here, and I'm glad you're here for some nice weather.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad. My nipples haven't relaxed since being here.
Jeez.
They come back to a familiar place, and they're like, no, I've been burned once before from cold. I'm excited. I might go outside today. That's how crazy it is.
Well, there you, jeez,
It might be. I might actually go outside. I might get a buffalo. What are those things? The wings.
The wings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they have.
We are known for those.
That's
yeah.
so funny
yeah.
that I just said like, what are
wings.
those? Yeah, the wings. Is that what is it that you do with? I think it's the wings.
The wings.
Someone
yeah.
asked me if I'm a drumstick or a flat guy.
That's a big question.
I'm a drumstick guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a flat guy where I don't want to do this with my tongue to get my food.
And then you got to kind of like push the meat out. Yeah, it's.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not doing a mouth maze for my sustenance.
No matter how delicious it is.
Yeah, I don't care.
One of the things that I always wonder about with comedians, how much of the what we see on stage, how much of it is you, and how much of it is part
Eddie
of the
Murphy?
act?
A lot of it's Eddie
Name
Murphy.
comedian here. Insert comedian
it's
name
never
here.
Me.
But no, I mean the difference between how much of you goes into this and how much of it is act.
Oh, it's never. I mean, I think we're in a different time now with stand-up, where I think a lot of comics they are their most vulnerable selves usually, and that there's always like there's the implication that if you're vulnerable, it means you're being sad or you're being whatever. But I just think a lot of comics are pulling from their real life experiences. A lot of comics are talking about what frustrates them, what makes them unique, what makes them feel like outcasts or outsiders, or what is a way that they. What's an experience they've had that happened to them, like in my experience, that's something that I think a lot of people knew me from or knew about me was, the issues that I had with, a lot of my motor skills and the past that I've had from my injury. And you know, it's been a nice experience to see that a lot of people come out because they have kids who stutter, they have kids who've had a similar situation, or they themselves have been in that situation, and I just think comedy is like it's a unifier of things that are just like, okay, I'm different. Let me talk about what makes me different, and that way I think a lot of people end up relating to it.
And you know, you did mention, I feel like that's a little bit of a change in comedy that's happened over the decades, where it used to be a little more kind of making fun of things that were different, and now it's more of almost cathartic for things that are different.
Yeah, it's like accepting what it is that you have, and then, you know, poking fun at it, because I think being self-deprecating, being self-aware is like, you know, always a good way to be. And I just think, like, back in the 80s, it was more like what you're saying, where it was about an act, you know. It was like, well, and this is my, you know, this is my thing, or I do like, or I have a silly voice or whatever. I don't have the luxury of doing a silly voice, because then people would be like, wait, was the first voice that he had was that an act? When does the silly voices stop? So, you know, for me, I always try to be as transparent and as vulnerable as I can be, you know.
What do people need to know if they want to come see you this weekend?
That I'll probably be wearing this shirt the whole time.
You'll probably have this shirt on.
It's just a vibe. I can't not have it.
Helium Comedy Club. When are your sets?
Sure. I'm there tonight. There's 2 shows. Then Saturday there's 2 shows, and then Sunday there's another show. So I might just live here.
Okay.
It feels like a full-on lifetime residency, that the shows never end.
Well,
I'm exhausted. Don't come to the shows. I don't want to even do this.
Hey, we'd be happy to have you here in Buffalo, and then maybe we could even get you to like both types of wings.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You're asking a lot, dude.
That's true.
I've had lemon pepper in my nasal cavity.
Thank you so much. Good luck with the shows this weekend. Thanks for coming in and making us laugh.
Hell yeah, thank you.
And again, I'm telling you that I'm glad that you're able to see some nice weather. Mike Doyle is going to tell us just how nice that weather is going to be. Maybe that'll keep you here longer. Forecast is on the way.